by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down now.
And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. Got a man. It's the rookie out of the 3rd round.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now Achane on 1st and 10.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
One advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
2nd and 9. Off the play fake, Nix.
And the Raiders have got him.
Tyree Wilson using that athletic ability to make the play.
He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it.
And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game, to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now, on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Here's Allen. How did he stay on his feet?
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Braylon Allen with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list.
And the Raiders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now, as they will send this one away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
You look at this Raiders defense.
And they're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third.
To throw, here's Nix.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be second and goal coming up.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on first and goal.
Second and goal from the 1. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Raiders pick it up.
I'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact, the turnover. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And the blitz was on there, able to get in the backfield from the linebacker spot and get him 2 points.
Brandon, we know a defensive coordinator right now who's looking for a raise. He had that dialed in perfectly, didn't he? The perfect blitz at the perfect time, 2 points for his team.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
They set up the screen. Achane has it.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. Short throw caught by Dulcich.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
And coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Options galore here, second and a few inches. On play action, here's Nix.
Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 29-yard line.
18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter.
Achane gets it from the gun.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 21, here's 2nd down and 2. Here's Nix. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 2.
Broncos 9, Raiders 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And things have changed since the last time they had it. The safety led to the touchdown, so now they find themselves behind as they begin with a 1st and 10. Well, these 2 teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
They keep it on the ground. Allen again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Through 1 quarter, 9-7 our score.
Broncos 9, Raiders 7.
2nd quarter from Vegas, the homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Anderson.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now Allen.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 48 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Anderson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Back to throw. Anderson. To Allen on the dump off. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
Buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up third down.
Decided to keep it that time on the option. Got out left, but the defense was right there.
And you know what happened on that play, right? Because the defense, as you said, not letting him get upfield, no place for him to ever duck his shoulders and turn upfield and gain yardage. Had to keep moving out laterally. Nice play by the defenders.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Looking to throw. Anderson.
That's to Bowers once again.
He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. From 6 yards away.
And the Raiders have regained the lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 5. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
They'll go play action with Nix.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
Nix to the air.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players, and glad to have you because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
First and 10.
Now a carry for Allen. And just shutting him off there. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
59 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
25-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Raiders are able to extend their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
They're on the 30-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
To throw is Nix.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Now it's Nix. That's taken in by Dulcich.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 34-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Raiders will take over here just shy of the 30.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
2nd and 3. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Anderson eluding the pressure right.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Broncos 9.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep the tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Back to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's short. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 31-yard line.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. 31 yards. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 19-point game. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Throwing Nix.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's 2nd and 10.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Jacorian Bennett has it.
And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's second down.
At the 28-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Anderson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll run with Allen. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
67 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
First down. First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They stay on the ground with Allen. Unable to corral him. He fights through.
And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
Raiders first down. First down and goal to go.
Looking to throw. Anderson. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown.
Brock Bowers there to make the grab. And the Raiders are able to stretch out their lead.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
2nd and 15. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Nix. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
This is taken at the 18. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. They're just looking good on hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of a team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches,
up a little bit.
Just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84. And on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now, no speech is needed. Back to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's short. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. They'll look to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Anderson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Brock Bowers, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Raiders look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Again, it's Achane.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
The Broncos on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Working out of the gun is Nix. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
A run straight ahead with Achane. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line.
Down to the 42, 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And he's going to be close to a 1st down as he gets this to the Raiders' 36.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That one goes for 8 yards.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
2nd down and 6 now. Up the middle, Achane.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, H.M.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. That is caught.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
He will push his way down to about the 14. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So for the Raiders,
they get an important win here to move to 11-5 on the year.
So that'll do it for us. For